Hi everybody. I thought I'd take a walk through the syllabus with you just to go over it. It's usually helpful in a face-to-face setting. And I'll just talk through it. If you have it with you, a printout might be helpful to go through or maybe take a couple notes. As you know, the course runs from July 10th to August 11th and it's 100% online. I generally work on the course early morning, like 5, 6 o'clock in the morning. I'll go in, check email, do some responding, and then I hit it again basically 7, 8 o'clock at night. Um, and we'll go in there and see if there's any emails or to respond. I do have a cell phone. Cell phone's mostly on all the time. Sometimes it's, I'm in out of range. I live out on the outer Cape and reception in some areas isn't there. But I will return a call if there's something you want to talk, or I know that sometimes text and email just doesn't, always work and a conversation needs to happen. So don't hesitate. Um, as you know, the purpose of this course is to look at assistive technology, basically its role in schools, how you can support its use in classrooms, strategies to choose the right tech, but really it's just an overview and a smorgasbord of all the different kind of tech that's out there that might play a role. It's really just to give you an exploration, a vision of what might be out there. So we're going to go through the objectives of the course, which are linked to the state standards around licensure. In December, those state goals for licensure will be updated, but these are still the current ones in force. We have required readings, but there are parts of them throughout, and they're all free. So much good stuff online, you don't need to waste money on a book. Schedule of the classes. So basically, we took a 13-week course and turned it into a 5-week intensive course. And it's supposed to do that without losing the depth and the rigor of the curriculum. The reality is there's only so many hours in a day and so much you can get done. So it's pretty fast paced. There's a lot of reading, and the expectation is that you're still putting in about 60 hours worth of work in the course. When it's a 3 credit grad course, it's 45 to 60 hours or so of work. With over 13 weeks, it's not too bad. In 5 weeks, it's pretty intense. It's about an hour and a half to 2 hours a day is what's expected. So if you go in every morning, grab that cup of coffee, do some of the reading, and do the responses. But because it is summer and we're all really busy, I've opened the whole course up so you can see everything that's coming up and you can plan and use your time wisely for reading and responses. But I do ask that you post and reply within the given time frame so the discussion has a more pertinent feel. If you go in and post way in advance, then you're not necessarily benefiting from the discussions that will happen previously. So do try to keep your post and your reflections within the time frame for each week. But do feel free to read ahead and start doing your writing beforehand. The expectation for a post is you're really going to, it's like a little mini paper. It's not just, I read this article, I like this. Though that's in the assignment, the idea is, again, we're not face to face, so can't really ask questions in class and have these discussions. So do try to write about 250-ish words, give or take 300. You don't want a novel of a 5,000 word essay for one of these questions, but you also just don't want a few, quick sentences for your initial post. Responses should be thoughtful and add insight or provide feedback, not just that was nicely done or I didn't know about that, great job. There are 2 projects. One is let me scroll back up, I'm sorry. One project here is for session, starts at session 2. Field work, it's assigned then, but it's not collected till session 3, basically. The field work in school, you normally would be talking to one of the special educators or observing AT in a room and looking at that. It's a little tricky because we're all not in school, so you might have to write based on a previous experience. You might email a colleague or give a friend at school a call. You can also go to the universities like Bridgewater State University or Cape Cod Community College. They do have an area where they have assistive tech for their students and visit that if you don't have a contact. So that's posted. We'll go over that syllabus a little bit, that project rubric, and then again the final project. So if we look at the how it's graded, you get 100 points so for discussions. Each discussion or each session is worth 20 points. In the first session, there are actually two discussions, so each is worth 10. So you get up to 10 points for your initial post and 5 points for each of your follow-up replies. You're required to have two. It's really important you keep up with them and post in the time frame. There's only 7 or 8 of us in this course right now. I just looked in InfoBear, so there's not a lot of us to keep the conversation going. Your project for fieldwork is also worth 50 points. And then you have your final project was worth 100 points. I'll get into the final project. You'll see in the syllabus here it says to use TaskStream. The college used to use TaskStream, and I haven't, and they're moving to a different system for the final project, and I actually haven't gotten an answer. Is it TaskStream still, or is it the new one? So I've left it in there, and hopefully by the time August 9th or 10th comes around, I'll have a definitive answer for that one. So that's a brief look at the syllabus. So I'm going to go in, take a look at the fieldwork assignment, but I'll put that in another video, and then we'll look at the final project assignment so you can have a view of what that will be like. Again, if you have questions or need to talk or have a phone call about things or you're not sure about something, please either send an email, and again, I do that every morning and every evening, and then also you can call if we need that to have that verbal conversation to clear things up. Anyway, thanks. Welcome to the course, and I hope you get something out of it. Thank you.